What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is February the 2nd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data, we do have two rounds of manufacturing, S&P Global and ISM. ISM is a little bit more of a smaller control group. Forecast for the global is 51.9 and then ISM is 48.2. Anything above 50 shows more of an expansion. Anything below 50 shows more of a contraction. Both are coming right after the bell. What the market is going to do though is compare it to the previous just to see if there's kind of what's moving it. But generally, I think the market has bigger priorities. So there's a lot of things that the market's kind of worried over. One is just the government shutdown, just AI bubble. There's a lot of things that's kind of floating around. Currently, futures are a lot better than I would have anticipated. So Dow is slightly green, S&P down 0.25, NASDAQ down 0.54. For those of you that have access to overnight trading, it was a bloodbath there. So the age-old thing about buying when there's a lot of fear, definitely that was accurate. So for those of you that bought or could have bought during the overnight, you could have made some pretty good money just for that. But fear and greed index is under the greed category. Most likely it'll creep to the kind of the high end of the neutral today, just meaning people's appetite for risk kind of not somewhat there. But aside from that, SoFi is red, 1.23%. Nothing really for news. There should be a lot of new analyst ratings coming out today. Shorts are returning 286,000 shares, which is fairly optimistic. Shows that shorts maybe feel like that today is red day isn't justified. 9.08% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 112 million shares. Right now with it at 22.56, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. 22.01 is that kind of next strong support level. So just kind of watch for that. And just to put it in perspective, quickly showing you the chart. I know I don't generally do the charts and so forth in my pre-market videos, but this is the overnight trading. So SoFi hit 2168 during the kind of overnight trading. Crazy, absolutely insane. And a lot of stocks were like that as well. I believe even NIO was down 6%. So NIO down 1.49%. And they did put out their monthly numbers. So today the market's kind of digesting that. Shorts are increasing 421,000 shares, 7.8% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 160 million shares overall being shorted, with at 463 trading between this pivot and this S1. So 451 and 467 is going to be the next strong support and target. So today just needs to get over that 467. Moving on, BMNR. So this stock is getting massacred, and I see a lot of memes online just really showing a lot of hate towards Lee, which is, I guess, justified, right? If you're going to say something that's going to go to, like, for instance, Bitcoin 200,000 in the next 2 weeks and it doesn't, well, I don't know. Shame on people, I guess, for listening, I guess. But still, nonetheless, the hype is starting to diminish with this. And again, this could be another extension of people's appetite for risk. Shorts are returning about 3,000 shares. 6.04% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 26.9 million shares overall being shorted. With it at 22 and change, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So 2260 is going to be a strong support. Just watch for that. If not, 1678 is going to be that next strong support. So definitely could fall off the cliff. Moving on, this is the most heavily traded stock during the pre-market, and as AQST up 38+% because of this. So it looks like they did get a letter from the FDA, response letter. I'm not going to say this name because I'm going to butcher it, but like as I've mentioned in the past, biotechs aren't really my forte. So feel free to kind of read through this, but generally market's really moving this higher, which is always a good thing. Shorts are increasing about 116,000 shares, 17.9% of the free float's being shorted. So anticipate short to be fairly active today. DTC being at 5.65 days does signal that they are fairly overextended. With that 410, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 330, and then 537 is going to be the next strong support and target. So this one will be a pretty good day trade, but still, if you're investing on the long haul, just do your own due diligence on this and what they're doing. Moving on, ELPW. So this stock on Friday went up 3,000+%. That is insane. So it's going down quite a lot, as you can kind of see. So getting a lot of volume. Interestingly enough, on Thursday, I did signal this as a perfect day trade. And so I posted this right here, breakout level, 56 cents. It's kind of funny now thinking of it as at 56 cents when it went to, looks like $15 on Friday. So definitely crazy stuff. So worthwhile, like I said, to pop over and kind of look at a lot of my day trades and so forth. So link to that is in the description below. Right now, 36.92% of the free float's being shorted. Works to be 426,000 shares overall being shorted. So this essentially as well is what the market does like to squeeze. Obviously heavily shorted, low float and so forth. Aside from that though, with it at 240, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 241 and 166 is going to be the next strong support and target. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.